Do you know what's better than becoming a millionaire? It's paying zero taxes on that $1 million bucks. Because you know what? Taxes are not fun. Boo, taxes. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really enjoy paying taxes. And if you're one of those people, then why are you here? Like, go somewhere else. Go away. But seriously, having $1 million where you're paying zero taxes on that money, that's an amazing feeling.
Wow! I feel good. I knew that I would not.
And one of the best ways that you can get there is using one of my favorite tools, which is the Roth IRA. What is this Roth IRA? We're going to find out more today. What's going on, party people? Jeff Rose, Good Financial Sense. And today I want to talk about one of my most favorite things I love talking about, other than online marketing, which I like talking about, my wife, love you, babe, and my kids, because my kids are pretty adorable. But what I love talking about is the Roth IRA. Why do I love talking about it? Because it offers one of the coolest things that you can't get anywhere else, and that's tax-free money at retirement. So what exactly is this Roth IRA? What is it all about, and how do you get tax-free money? Well, let's talk about that now. So when it comes to saving for retirement, you have a few different options. So most people will take advantage of the 401k or a traditional IRA, and these are great. They're just a little old school, right? I mean, they still work. They can still work.
Ha ha, you're old.
But the Roth IRA can be so much better. So here's how these work. So if you're putting money into a 401k or a traditional IRA, all the money that you're putting into it is pre-tax. So you get a nice tax deduction. The money then grows tax deferred, so you're not paying any money on any interest or earnings or dividends that you make off those investments. But then at retirement, when you start pulling that money out, that's when you pay tax. So that's how the 401k and the traditional IRA works. So how is the Roth IRA different? How is it better? So with the Roth IRA, you don't get any pre-tax deduction. So anything that you put into it is after tax. And the way I like to think about that is if you're making a payment, like a car payment or an insurance payment, that's all after tax, right? Like you don't get any tax deductions for those. So the money you pay into the Roth is all after tax. So no tax break then. It still grows tax deferred like the traditional 401k and the traditional IRA, but then at retirement, when you pull that money out, zero taxes are to be paid. Zero, no taxes. And that's huge on so many levels. And that's why I love about talking about the Roth IRA. So anytime I'm talking to a younger person, I want them to start investing into a Roth IRA because you have so much time to take advantage of compounding interest. So I love talking to younger investors and getting them started in this. And yeah, I got a few gray hairs, but I'm still young. I'm fit. Okay, usually at this point, people are starting to get it a little bit when it comes to Roth IRA. They like the idea of taking it to Uncle Sam and not paying any income tax. But it's still hard to comprehend exactly how it works. So let's look at a real life example. Let's say that you're making $50,000 and you can put away $5,000 for retirement. If we're taking advantage of a 401k or a traditional IRA, we will deduct that $5,000 from the $50,000. So you're only going to pay taxes on $45,000. So that's a nice tax break. Only paying $45,000 when you made $50,000, that's not too bad. I'll take it. But how does it get better? How does it get better with the Roth IRA? So in the same example, you're making $50,000 and you're putting $5,000 into the Roth IRA. You don't get any tax break for that $5,000. So you still have to pay tax on the $50,000. It's still going to grow tax deferred. It's when you pull that money out that it's tax free. At this point, you're probably wondering, wait, what? I heard that I'm saving some taxes here with the 401k and the other IRA, but I'm not getting a tax break with the Roth? What's this? I don't get it. Help me understand, Jeff. Help me. So let's fast forward this a bit. The $5,000 is now growing and it's compounding over time, and now it's worth $50,000. If that $50,000 is inside a 401k or a traditional IRA, you're going to have to pay anywhere between 20 to 25% tax or more on that money. So we're talking about $10,000 to $12,500 in taxes that you have to give away to the IRS. Just give it. Just take it. Take it, IRS. I don't want it. And this is how the Roth IRA gets better. So the $50,000 that you didn't get a tax break on before, but now when you pull that money out, it is completely and 100% tax free. Read my lips, tax-free, tax-free. And that, my friends, is why I love the Roth IRA. So a common question I will usually get at this point in time is, well, how much does the Roth IRA make, or how much does it pay? How much interest does it pay? So the one thing you have to realize about a Roth IRA, it is not an investment. So you're not buying a Roth IRA. All a Roth IRA is, it's an account type, or as I like to say, an investment vehicle. And then you decide what passengers go inside that vehicle. So for example, you could buy a mutual fund and put that into a Roth IRA. You could buy an individual stock. You could buy an ETF. There are a lot of different investments that you can place inside that Roth IRA. Usually when I've heard somebody or they ask me how much interest does it pay, they've gone to a bank and they want to open a Roth IRA at a bank. Well, a bank is typically only to offer you CDs or money market or savings accounts. So they're just paying you a fixed interest rate. And you can do that at a bank, but it's not the Roth IRA that's paying interest, it's the CD inside that Roth IRA that is. All right, for many, when I share that $50,000 example and show how they can save $10,000 or $12,500 in taxes, that gets them excited, but we're still not quite there. We need to see truly how powerful the Roth IRA is, especially if we have 20, 30 years to look forward to. So let's first answer this question. How much can you put into a Roth IRA? Right now, you can put in up to $5,500 per year. If you're over the age of 50, you can put in $6,500. Since most of you watching this are probably under the age of 50, $5,500 per year is what you can put in. So if we break that out per month, that is $458.33 you can put in per month, or just over $15 per day inside the Roth IRA. So let's say that you're a high achiever, you're an action taker, and you're watching this video, and you go open a Roth IRA today. I would go do it. Go do it. And you started maxing out the Roth IRA where you're putting in $458 a month, and you did that for 30 years, and you average 10% return, you would have over $1 million inside that Roth IRA. And what makes it even better, which I talked about at the beginning of this video, is that $1 million, guess how much taxes you're paying? Nothing. It's tax-free. Where if you had that money in a 401k or a traditional IRA, you'd be paying anywhere from $200,000 to $250,000 in taxes as you take that money out. So which would you rather have? $1 million tax-free, or $800,000 that you gave $200,000 to the IRS? I hope you don't need a calculator to answer that one. So that's why I love talking about the Roth IRA, especially for younger people. Now, if you don't have $15 a day or $458 a month, that's okay. You can get started investing with a lot smaller than that. I talk about this in other videos, but I started investing with as little as $25 a month into a mutual fund. So it doesn't take having a ton of money to get started. But like I always say, the key is to just get started. If you don't know where to start or where to go open a Roth IRA, you have so many places to go. If you want to work locally, you could go to a local bank. Now keep in mind they may only offer you CDs or money market. Some banks may offer investments, but most of them don't. Another option could be going to like a local brokerage firm. There are tons of them out there. Just be careful what they're trying to sell you. Make sure that you trust them and they're not trying just to sell you something to earn a commission. Make sure you understand what you're putting your money into. But guess what? If you're a high achiever action taker that just likes to wear their pajamas all the time, you don't like to leave your house, maybe you need some more friends. But if that's the case, you can open up a Roth IRA right now in your pajamas on your couch just after you stop watching this video. So there are plenty of online brokers that you can go to. Now, one that I talk about a lot is Betterment. Now, why I like Betterment is because you don't have to choose the investments. With Betterment, you just tell them, what's your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Like how long does this money need to sit there for? So if it's for a retirement goal, they're going to choose ETFs, exchange traded funds, based off your risk tolerance and your timeline. So there really is no thinking to it other than opening an account and putting money into it. But if you want to have more control on the actual investments you're putting your money into, look at other options like Ally Financial or TD Ameritrade, or even going straight to mutual fund companies like Vanguard or T. Rowe Price or Fidelity. With all these options, you're going to have more control on the mutual funds, ETFs that you're putting your money into. But the key thing is to stop procrastinating, because check this out. For somebody that starts putting their money in at the age of 25, if they're putting $100 a month and they earn over 10% interest, they could accrue up to $800 to $1 million at the time of retirement. But somebody that waits 10 years and puts the exact same money in, they're going to have $700,000 less or more at retirement just by waiting 10 years to get started. So stop procrastinating, stop making excuses, get started. If you're interested in any of these online options, check out in the description below. I've got links to the different places I talk about. I also have a blog post that talks about all the different places you can open a Roth IRA. There are so many choices, there are a lot of options. Once again, just pick one and get started. It might not be the best one today, but that's okay because you'll learn a lot through that process. All right, I want to hear from you. If you have a Roth IRA or if you think it's the coolest thing in the world, let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Thanks for tuning in. This is Jeff Rose from GoodFinancialSense.com. See you next time. Peace. I think my other one was better. Mind blown. It just got really hot in here. Score. Leave me a comment in the description. No, that's not what I say. Leave a comment. I'm such a non-YouTuber.